The new moon in sparkly, manifestational, activate your inner magician Gemini is bringing us a focus and new resolve to create something tangible, material, a real world success. But first we have to let go of a fantasy or a not it, something that maybe has been keeping us in limbo for some time, letting that go and reclaiming our power to positively move forward. This new moon in Gemini is happening June 17th at 9:39 a.m. Pacific time, June 18th at 12:37 a.m. Eastern Time, and 4:37 a.m. Universal Time, so adjust the time for wherever you'll be during the new moon. Now in this video, as always, I will be doing readings for all 12 signs, so be sure and listen to your rising sign, which will tell you the area of life in which this new moon is happening for you. Your sun sign will tell you how your ego, personality, life force will be experiencing this new moon in Gemini, and your moon sign is how you'll be experiencing it on an emotional level in your relationships. I highly encourage you to watch the introduction to this video where I go over the aspects and I give you a sense of how you can best navigate this energy. How can we work with this energy? How can we use it to empower us? This new moon in Gemini has some uncomfortable aspects for sure. It also has a really lovely aspect which is going to help us to come to resolution with the uncomfortableness that's going to go on during this new moon. So I really want to help you to move through that, which is why I encourage you to watch the main part of this video before you jump to your 12 sign readings. I will also be sharing with you who will be most affected by the energies of this new moon. So before I get started, I want to say hello and welcome if you are new to me. Hello and welcome back to all of you who have been watching my videos for some time. And hello and welcome to my Sunday chat friends. Every Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, we meet here in the chat room when my videos go live. I am Betsy Gutting. I am a psychic astrologer as well as an intuitive life coach. And it is my joy, my passion, my dedication to help empower you through the astrology. I use my intuitive insights, my channeling, what comes through from my spiritual guides, as well as Western tropical astrology to guide you, to empower you, and help you to make decisions as you are creating your most beautiful life. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you more about my astrology consultations, what choices you have, and how they can help you to powerfully move forward. So be sure and stay till the end for that. And I have a free gift for you, which I will tell you all about at the end of the video. And if you would like to receive my weekly inspirational updates, my astrology updates, direct to your inbox, go to my website, subscribe to my updates, and you'll be sure to get the astrology of the week direct from me in your inbox. All new moons are when the sun and the moon come together. It's as though the sun, which is our life force energy, and the moon, which I see as the divine feminine within all of us, our intuitive knowing, they come together and say, what do I want next? What does my heart most desire? This is where we are seeding a new dream, or at the very least getting a sense of what's my next step? What do I want to make a decision on? Where do I need to take some action? In Gemini energy, a new moon is even more of a manifestational energy. Why? Because Gemini is known as the archetype of the magician, the alchemist, where we turn dross into gold. A magician has a magic wand, right? A magician waves her magic wand and says, abracadabra, this is what I want to create. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the divine messenger. This is where we receive divine downloads, where we get messages, signs, and synchronicities that tell us which way to go. It's also a sign of duality, meaning that we have one foot in the ethereal world, the mystical world, and one foot in the physical world, the manifestational material world. So with Gemini energy, we are receiving inspiration, we're receiving new insights and ideas and wanting to put them into form. In Gemini energy, we are motivated first and foremost by one thing, and that is connection. Geminis love to connect. We're all feeling this during a Gemini new moon. We all want to connect with others or with our own guides, with our own higher self, we're going to feel that very strong desire and need even to connect with another. And that means getting feedback. That means a back and forth. That means a give and take. This is where we're doing brainstorming, we're doing heart storming, we're calling our friends. It's a very talkative energy. Gemini energy needs to talk through things. Because I have a stellium in Gemini, my Sun, my Venus, and my Mercury, I can tell you that we find relief and resolution and answers when we talk through things. And you may have heard that Geminis talk to themselves, which sounds kind of crazy if you're not a Gemini, right? But if you're a Gemini, you know that you get a lot of insight by speaking things out loud. So if there's nobody, if you're calling your friends and no one's answering the phone, you can speak out loud what you're trying to work through in your mind. You can get it out of your head through journaling, or you can speak it out loud, and that will bring you clarity. So during this new moon, we're talking through our ideas. We are getting together. We are being more social. We're saying, I just thought of this thing I think I might want to do. What do you think of this? Just remember to share those little baby nascent ideas with people that you trust, with people that you know will be supportive and will not throw a bucket of cold water on your brand new ideas. Now, who will be most affected by the new moon in Gemini? It is happening at 26 degrees, 26 degrees. So those of you who have planets or points in your natal astrology chart between 22 and 29 degrees of Gemini or Virgo or Sagittarius or Pisces, you will feel this new moon in Gemini more intensely, more personally. Those of you as well who have planets or points in your natal chart between 0 and 1 degree of the cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, or Aries, you will also feel this new moon more personally or intensely. But we all have 26 degrees of Gemini somewhere in our natal astrology chart, which I'm going to share with you in the 12 sign readings based on your rising sign. We all have 26 degrees in one house of our natal astrology chart, and this is where you're going to be feeling this new moon. That's the area of life in which you'll be feeling a desire for a brand new beginning. Now, the numerology of 26 degrees is significant. 26 reduces to an 8. 8 is personal success. It is material success. 8 is also the number of fame. It is real world recognition, acknowledgement, abundance. It's the infinity symbol. And within the infinity symbol, we have flow. We have a constant flow of energy. And this is why we feel this as abundance, because the energy continues. There are ebbs and flows, yes, but there is never a stop, a complete stop. Even when something leaves our life, that energy is then freed up to create something new, to welcome in something new. The number 26 is balance and harmony within relationships. The two relationships, the 6, the harmony, the balance, the loveliness. And the 6 is also associated with the lovers, which is the archetype of Gemini. It's where we want to have that shared enjoyment and love and harmony and juiciness with another person that we call our friend or our lover or our close significant other. So this tells me that this new moon is going to be collaborative and supportive, and that we don't have to feel like we're doing this all alone. Yes, we're co-creating. Yes, we're getting the seeds of a new dream or a new step that we want to take, a decision that we want to make, but we're not doing it alone. We have collaborative support from others. We can see, feel, and sense members of our tribe, or at least one person in our life that we feel we can trust to bring them along for the ride, so to speak, so we don't feel like we're flailing out in the middle of the ocean all by ourselves. However, I have one caveat for that, and that is that wherever a relationship is out of balance, we are going to feel called to bring it back into balance. We're going to have sort of a reckoning, a sense of reckoning of there's something here that I need to fix before I can move forward. Before this Gemini new moon, we had the Sagittarius full moon. In the Sagittarius full moon energy, we were seeking a truth. We were venturing into new territory, but first we had to let go of a past. We had to let go of our past, and there was an influx of light that I shared in my Sag full moon video, an influx of light that allowed us to put our past into the past. Wipe the slate clean, brand new, fresh, new beginning. So if you allowed yourself to receive that influx of light, and it's not too late, it's not too late, receiving this influx of new light, cutting the cords to anything that is no longer helpful to you, any past conditioning, releasing an old story about yourself. Now we can begin to tell a new story. Gemini is the storyteller. Gemini energy says, let's look to the future. Let's create a brand new life, a brand new chapter. What new story can we tell about our future success? The success that we're walking into now. This is what this new moon is helping us to co-create. For some of you, you may even feel like you're reinventing your life. So what would you say yes to if you just landed on the planet today? If you had no past, you had nothing holding you back, you had no one who told you how you should be or what you should do, you had no past losses in your life, you were starting fresh, what would you say yes to? What would you let yourself be, do, or have? Now, the aspects to this new moon in Gemini really support us to clean the slate, to start fresh, to step on a whole new path. There are 3 aspects to this new moon. The first 2 are the ones that I feel we're going to want to finesse and work with. They may bring us some discomfort. They may bring some disappointment. However, the third aspect, aspect number 3, is a lovely breath of fresh air. So let's talk about the first 2. Then we'll talk about the one that feels like our saving grace, okay? So the first one is this new moon is squared by Neptune. What does this mean? A square is energy that makes us feel tense or pressured, where we feel like we have to take some sort of action in order to get relief. Neptune is the highest octave of unconditional love. It's our dreamer self. It is where we have an ideal or a vision or sometimes a fantasy. And when a new moon is being squared by Neptune, that usually means that we've been looking at something or someone, a job, a situation, a thing. We've been looking at it through rose-colored glasses. We haven't seen the full truth of it, and then someone shows us the truth. They pull the rug out from underneath us. This is sort of like, this could be like you have a crush on somebody and you're really hoping that this crush turns into a relationship, and then one day you're walking on the beach and you see them in someone else's arms. Or this could be where you are going after a promotion and you're really excited, you know you're number 1 in line, and then your coworker comes to your door and says, guess what? I got the promotion. Or it could be something as simple as you get your hair done. You've always wanted like this cute, short, sassy haircut, and then you get it done and it just falls flat. So often it's a sense of disappointment, or you feel like you've been deceived in some way, or just you realize that thing you thought was going to come to fruition just isn't going to happen for you. And of course, my friend, I hope this doesn't happen for you, but if it does, it's because there's a part of you that's been putting your eggs in the wrong basket or looking for love in all the wrong places. In my book, The Magic of Saying Yes, I have a whole chapter on looking for love in all the wrong places. And it's what a lot of those of us who are highly sensitive, empathic, very intuitive, we tend to put our energy in places that don't give back to us, right? There's a part of us, many of us, that wants to help heal others, that wants to help improve situations for other people. But often those people or situations, jobs, bosses, and so on, they can't give to us. They're not in the same consciousness that allows them to give to us what we have given to them. In other words, they're not a match for our energy. Okay, so there's something maybe for some of you, those of you who will be most affected, for example, by this new moon in Gemini, which I spoke about earlier in the video. For those of you who will be most affected, you may have a disappointment come to light. Something that you have to move on from. You have to say, okay, next, that wasn't it. Do your very best to remember that that wasn't a match for your energy. That wouldn't have made you happy, or the universe would not have swept that away. And also, of course, take care of yourself. You may need to have a good cry, some of you. You may need to call a friend or call a coach, someone who can remind you of the beauty of who you are and what you deserve, what you're worthy of. Also be sure and get good rest during this new moon. With a Neptune transit, we often can feel depleted. We can be more tired than usual. So definitely give yourself the rest and the extra TLC that you need. The second transit that may feel somewhat uncomfortable, that some of us may be affected by, is Pluto making a quincunx to this new moon. It's also known as an inconjunctum. Basically what it is an awkwardness. It's where the energies of this new moon in Gemini, the sun and the moon in Gemini, don't match up with the energies of Pluto. Pluto wants us to detoxify. Pluto wants us to let go of anything that is not healthy for us. So Pluto may bring a truth to light for you. There may be something that you need to see in order to detoxify an aspect of your life so that you have your full energy. This is about reclaiming your power. This is about letting go of the rope if you're in a power struggle with someone. Again, it's about not trying to get support from places that are not able to give you that support. It can feel like a power and control kind of issue. Set good boundaries, set a clear boundary if you're in a situation like this. And if the other person does not honor your boundary, that's a sign for you to let go. My best advice for you, my friend, with these two uncomfortable aspects is to be fiercely honest with yourself. Be very honest with yourself about what is going on, what's in your best interest, and allow yourself to let go of anything that is not serving you, anything that you just feel like this is just done. This is not what my heart truly desires. Now let's talk about the lovely aspect of this new moon. This one is really going to empower us to move forward. This is where we're getting a lot of support for that real world material success that we're all going for around this new moon time. This aspect is Mercury, the winged messenger in Gemini, and Mercury in Gemini is at home. It's in its domicile, which means that it's very powerful here. Mercury in Gemini is making a sextile to Venus in Leo. Venus in Leo is passionate. It's romantic. It is a leadership energy. It's the strength card in the tarot. It's a lust for life. It's going after what we want. Venus is love, money, beauty, pleasure, and comfort. Mercury in Gemini, very strong in terms of communication, problem solving, get up and go, taking care of the details. Mercury in Gemini says, Venus in Leo, what are you passionate about? What do you really want? I will help you to make this happen for yourself. What's also very cool about this aspect is that both Mercury in Gemini and Venus in Leo are at 11 degrees. 11 degrees is inspired downloads. 11 degrees is receiving information from our direct line to God. And 11 degrees is also the number of the spiritual master. So we are mastering something during this new moon. We are mastering our ability to co-create what our hearts most want. And sextiles not only help us solve a problem, but they bring us new opportunities. We have to say yes to the opportunity. We have to notice it. So if you don't see an opportunity, I highly encourage you to ask Spirit, show me the opportunity. Show me what is mine to say yes to. Make it really obvious. Make it really clear. I think of the sextile as like when we're on a plane and we are in a middle seat, there's people on both sides of us, and we're like, how did I end up in a middle seat? 5 hours on this flight in the middle seat. And then we see an open row, like a fully open row, and they've already closed the doors. There's no one else getting on the plane. The flight attendant walks by and you're like, can I take that row? Is anyone sitting there? And she goes, go ahead, sit there. That to me is a sextile. We see the opportunity and we reach out and take advantage of it. So my advice to you, my friend, during this new moon in Gemini, be open, be willing, be available to the new inspiration that's coming through. Remember that with the North Node in Taurus still and the South Node in Scorpio, we're still focused on stability, safety, our material world comfort. So we are still very much being tasked with releasing anything that is not good for us, anything that is not based on love. So because Gemini is a mutable air sign, it's about our thinking. Here's 3 ways of thinking, what we can affirm as we move towards this heart desire. And then I'm going to get to the 12 sign readings. I am infinitely supported. I am worthy of something new and juicy, something that lights me up. The universe truly, madly, deeply has my back. Leo energy, truly, madly, deeply. The universe wants me to enjoy the lusciousness of my heart's desire. And a prayer, Spirit, show me my next right choice. Show me my next right, empowered, inspired idea. Okay, my friend, let's do the 12 sign readings now. Be sure and watch your rising sign reading. That's the area of life in which you will be experiencing this new moon. Your sun sign is how your life force, your personality, your ego self will experience the new moon. And your moon sign is how you will experience it emotionally. So let's start with Gemini. Hello, beautiful Geminis. Geminis, I have my sun sign in Gemini. So this new moon is happening for you in your first house, the first house of the self. This is your appearance. This is the roles you take on, both personally and professionally, in your work, in your home life, with your friends, and it is also your identity. In the big picture, this is an identity. This is an I am kind of new moon. This is where we say, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. This is what's important to me. A new moon in your sign is a big deal. Why? Because it's all about the self. It's all about our life force. It's where we're coming from. It's also our vitality. So this is where you're seeding a brand new beginning or a new dream. Whatever it is that you want right now, Gemini, whatever it is that your heart desires, this is something that could change the way you see yourself. As I spoke about earlier, this is where we are finding within ourselves a resolve, a new strength is bubbling up inside of us to go for something that maybe you've been afraid to go for up until now, or maybe you put off. Maybe you've said, I'll do that when I have a partner to support me, or I will do that after I win the lottery, or I will do that after so-and-so gives me the okay. Whatever that is, we're releasing that during this new moon. We're releasing that condition maybe that we've put on a dream that we've had, and we're saying, no, I realize it's now or never. I have to do this. So for you, Gemini, this may mean that a new truth comes to light for you. You get new information. Something comes forward that makes you realize, and this could be a disappointment, but something that shows you the truth that then frees you to move forward. It's the truth shall set you free. Or it can just be incredible inspiration and passion that is moving you forward. When you have a new moon in your sign, Gemini, it's a brand new cycle. You are starting completely fresh. Your message from Spirit is that there's a newfound determination that is rising up within you. You are very determined. You are ready. Something you put on the back burner, you are now putting on the front burner. You are now prioritizing it. And whatever it is, it's going to give you a new self-image. For some of you, this could be real reinvention energy, where you feel like I am reinventing myself, I'm reinventing my life, or I'm reinventing, this can be any area of your life because this is on an angle of your chart. So this could be in a relationship, this could be in a job, this could be with your health. It could be with your finances. It could be with your home. But ultimately, it's affecting your identity, the way you see yourself. So Gemini, let's shuffle the cards and we'll see what the cards have to say. Spirit says this is a new determination for you. This is a new energy that is bringing you a greater sense of resolve that will ultimately bring you a wonderful reward. So let's see what the cards say for Geminis. And the card is the Angel of Love. So the first house is across from the 7th house of partnerships, the committed partnerships. So it is very possible that you will bring in a new relationship, or that you are seeding the dream of a new relationship. The Angel of Love is all about realizing your own lovability. Your own lovability. It is also an omen for new love coming into your life, and this could be friendship, it could be romance, it could be a husband or wife if that's what you want, or simply a companion, whatever it is that your heart desires most, Gemini. There's a blooming in love that's happening for you. Love, beauty. You can see the beauty of the flowers in her hair. You can see her holding this crystal of love on her heart. There is so much light here. There's so much support that you are receiving from your guides, from your angels. So call on the angel of love to ask for signs and synchronicities to lead you toward what your heart most wants, beautiful Gemini. Happy new moon in your sign. Okay, Taurus. Hello, beautiful Taurus. Taurus, you are having this new moon in Gemini in your second house. Your second house is your income, your earned income. It's your values. It's self-love, self-esteem, and possessions. The second house is where we feel solid, safe, and secure based on what it is that we have created in our lives. It's the house of self-reliance. So you are seeding a new dream, a new beginning, or making a decision or choice, including a choice to release something that is going to help you to feel more solid, safe, and secure in your life in a material way. Your message from Spirit, Taurus, is stay true to you, stay true to yourself. So whatever choice or decision you might be making around this time, because Gemini does rule choices and decisions, Gemini is associated with the details of life that are mercurial comings and goings. The little decisions we make. What do we want to purchase? What phone calls do we need to make? What devices do we need? What technology do we need that will support us? It's all those little tiny day in and day out decisions that we make, sometimes by consulting advisors or friends or coaches or astrologers, sometimes by consulting other people to get their advice so that we make the decisions that we feel will best serve us. So get that advice, Taurus, if you are guided to do that, but ultimately weigh any advice that you get against your own inner knowing. Stay true to you. Don't make compromises that will compromise what you really want. I know, Taurians, you love quality. Quality is very important to you. It's very important to you to have the things that really, well, the things that are that we would call the finer things in life. You guys like the finer things in life. You like quality. You're smart about your purchases. You do your research, and you don't make a decision until you feel it in your gut, till you feel a real strong gut feeling of it's time to act now. So wait on any decision until it feels like an absolute yes. If it's not an absolute yes, it's a no, says Cheryl Richardson. And that has helped me many times in my life when I've needed to make a decision. So Taurus, let's shuffle the cards for you now and see what the cards have to say. The Gemini new moon in your second house, you could very well be getting a new job. You could be getting a promotion. You could be talking about some material thing, home, device, anything to do with transportation. It could be a car, anything that is going to upgrade your life. This is about a life upgrade for you, Taurus. And you could be having a lot of conversations with people about it, about what you want to get, how it's going to help you, and so on. Okay, so let's pull a card for you now, Taurus. Beautiful Taurus. Taurus, your card is, whoa, this is such a beautiful card, Taurus. It's called Happy Family. Look at this card. They are all dancing on the beach. There's a rainbow over them. There's so much harmony, love, and grace in this card. Happy family. So some of you are expanding your family, and I know this isn't normally seen as a second house thing, but in Gemini energy, this could be a family, a soul family. In Gemini energy, we're always looking for our soul brothers and sisters. This could be you coming together with soul family and creating something that is going to be improving your material reality. Or this could just be something beautiful that's coming into your family life. You're having a healing with your family. Or this is an acknowledgement for some of you Taurians that have really been working on yourselves, that have really been doing the deep inner work to heal something within your family of origin or in your chosen family. But everyone dressed in white here. To me, this is about purification. This is about purifying your thoughts, purifying your letting go of any past that says you can't have a happy family, or that says you can't have the soul brothers and sisters that you want, that says you can't have the companionship that we so want in Gemini energy. Letting go of any of those old stories and saying, I can be part of a happy family, whether it's my chosen family, my soul family, my family of origin, whatever it is, I can live in harmony. Remember, as I talked about earlier in the video, the vibration of this degree, 26 degrees, is us collaborating with other people in harmony, love, and joy. So allow yourself to receive that during this Gemini new moon. Beautiful Taurus, there's an influx for you perhaps of new energy, a shift in perception and thinking that's going to allow you to create this or celebrate this with full joy and delight. Okay, Aries, hello, beautiful Aries. Aries, you are having this new moon in Gemini in your third house. The third house is the house that's traditionally ruled by Gemini. It is the house of Mercury. The third house is your immediate environment. It is your neighbors, your landlords, your neighborhood. It's also siblings, uncles, aunts, cousins. So third house energy is Gemini energy. It's our communication. It's our devices. It's where we have the back and forth. It's doing errands. It can be a very busy energy. There can be a lot going on, lots of details, lots of communication happening, emailing, writing. It's also where you might write a blog yourself, where you might have conversations with other people, brainstorming, heartstorming on what ideas are coming in for you, where you want to create something new. You're getting advice from other people, you're talking it through, you're gaining clarity. It's the house of clarity. It's not only local networking, but it's also where we take care of ourselves within the offerings of our local area. So where we go work out, or where we go to yoga class, or where we find like-minded people, the cafes that we go to work at, some of us. So your seed of new possibility could come through in any of these ways. You could be changing your location. You could want to build your own yoga studio in your local environment. You could want to start something new. Some of you might want to create a new restaurant, or you're simply improving your communication. You're having a lot of communication about your heart's desire. Now, when I tuned into your energy, Aries, I got laughter. There was a lot of laughter, and I asked Spirit, what is the laughter about? And Spirit said, you are burning through obstacles. You are releasing anything that's been in the way of your heart's desires. Remember that we had 2 new moons in Aries, including an eclipse. So you guys had a powerful push of energy with those Aries energies in the spring. It was so powerful for you. And then we had the Scorpio lunar eclipse, which was helping us to release anything in the way. We had the Sag full moon, and that was also about releasing our past. So I feel that, especially because your energy and Gemini energy create a sextile, which is solutions, this is new opportunities, it's saying yes, taking the reins of your life and moving forward. I feel that you guys are probably, I'm just seeing right now, I'm getting an image of a crest, you being at the crest of a hill. You're at the crest of a hill and you're about to go over, and there's a new horizon, and it feels very open to me. You are motivated, Aries. I feel a strong motivational energy for all of you. So let's shuffle the cards now for you guys, for Aries, and see what the cards have to say for you, Aries. Aries, Gemini new moon. The card you got is, the Magician and the Mirror. So the Magician is the archetype of Gemini, as I spoke about earlier in this video, Aries. Third house, it's the house of Gemini. The Magician and the Mirror. So let me look at this card for a moment. There's so much color in this card. There's a wise sage. There is a lot of light coming off of his crown. The first thing I want to say is you are receiving downloads during this new moon for inspiration, for forward movement. So be sure and do whatever you do, whatever spiritual practice you do to receive those downloads, whether it's automatic writing, like I talk about in my book and share about in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes, or whether it is taking walks in nature, whether it is just journaling, prayer, meditation, however you receive your channeled information, be sure that you do that, because there is a lot of channeling going on in this card. There's a lot of creativity, this rainbow light, and then there's a mirror that's reflecting back to you. It's reflecting back to you your strengths, beautiful Aries. It's reflecting back your gifts and your talents. So not only are you receiving new information, not only are you getting these light bulb moments, these bright light moments, you're also seeing the truth of who you are more and more as a spiritual being, as a spirit of pure love and light. You're beginning to see that you are a magician. You're beginning to see the alchemist in you. You're beginning to, it feels like, be able to take on this new identity of like, wow, I am very powerful. I am a master manifester. I never knew it before, but now I'm realizing I am a master manifester. So this feels very powerful for you, Aries. This feels very uplifting and super exciting with whatever you are manifesting, beginning to manifest with this new moon in Gemini. Okay, Pisces. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Pisces, you're having this new moon in Gemini in your 4th house of home, family, and childhood conditioning. Home, family, and childhood conditioning. So this is the house of our roots. This is where we are going back to the beginning, or where we are creating a home that really feels like a sanctuary to us, that really feels like the place we can go to be our full, true, authentic selves and to receive the nurturing and the nourishment that we most need. So this is a new beginnings, new moon. This is manifestational. This is where we want success in our lives. So for some of you, this is going to be your physical home. It's going to be building a new home, remodeling a home, beautifying your home. Whatever that is, you're improving your home, you're upgrading your home. Others of you, you're doing this with your family. Some of you are having a healing with a family member. Some of you are going back to your childhood conditioning and you are releasing, you're letting go, you're having a light bulb moment, some inspiration is coming through, or some epiphany is coming through that's showing you the light, that's showing you a truth, that's allowing you to release the past, to let the past go into the past fully, so you can really start to feel more safe, solid, and secure in this world. This is putting your roots deep, deep, deeper down into the earth than they already are, which then makes you feel more stable and secure in life and helps you to create more abundance in your life. So your message from Spirit, Pisces, and this new moon makes a square to your energy. Gemini and Pisces energy make a square, which means we can sometimes feel tension or pressure to take action. That's actually a beautiful thing when we've been putting off taking action, to actually feel pushed to do that, and then we feel some relief from doing that. But also I want to say, Pisces, that there's actually a lot in common between Pisces and Gemini. What people don't often acknowledge or realize, you're both dual signs. You both have one foot in the spiritual world, one foot in the material world, and you both have a very strong desire to be connected to the divine. So there's actually a lot that you have in common, because this Neptune square is Neptune in Pisces. It's in your sign. I feel like some of you are going to really be very much in the other world during this new moon. You're very much going to be tethered to your mystical self, your mystical world. Just be aware of the desire to escape if that comes up for you, or to go into fantasy. There's nothing wrong with that. We can all do a certain amount of that, and that can actually be nurturing. But if it's too much of that, I want you to be able to really take advantage of this new moon, Pisces, in terms of creating this real world, material, tangible thing that makes you feel more secure in your life. Your message from Spirit is that there may be a new truth that is revealed to you, but also, and that's going to set you free, but also you can go slow. You can process what needs processing, and remember to ask the divine for help. Remember to ask your unconditionally loving source, Pisces, which you have such a beautiful connection to. Ask that for help. Do your prayer. Do whatever it is that you do, your journaling, your walks in nature, your grounding, so that you feel connected to that divine source, because I feel like that's really going to help you ground the energy during this new moon. It's a powerful new moon. And I feel that that grounding is really going to help you. But ultimately, whatever you do, if you allow yourself to go slow, you allow yourself to be in the flow, you don't, take action that you feel guided to, but don't feel like this is urgency or emergency, because for most of us, it will not be. You will know if it is. You will know if your house is on fire, which I'm not predicting at all for anyone. That's just a metaphor. But you'll take the action you need to take, but give yourself some space is what I'm trying to say. Some space and some pacing, and take really good care of yourself. Give yourself the rest, the retreat, the TLC that you need. So I've been shuffling the cards, and let's shuffle one or two more times, Pisces, and then let's see what the cards have to say for you. Beautiful Pisces. Pisces, it is so warm here. Oh my gosh, I am so warm. I can't have my fans on. I have one light fan on, but I can't have many fans on like I'd like to because it's too noisy. Okay, such a beautiful card, Pisces. Oh my goodness. Goddess of the moon. Goddess of the moon. I feel like this is tied into, now this is a new moon, and she's of course looking up at the full moon, but I feel like what this is tied into what I was saying earlier about let yourself receive the guidance from your source. I feel that your ethereal self, your mystical self is going to be the lifeline, the pipeline, the inspiration line through which you're going to receive what you need to receive for this new moon, for moving forward, for taking steps, for any action that you are inspired to take. It's going to come through, as we can see from this example, you reaching out to, in this case, the goddess of the moon. So this is so beautiful. And this is also, Pisces, a validation of you and your beautiful divine feminine energy, whether you are male or female. All of your answers are within the divine. You are connected. You are protected. You are divine. You are spirit of pure love and light, Pisces. So I feel like this new moon may actually be quite beautiful for you. So happy new moon, goddess of the moon. Okay, Aquarius. Hello, beautiful Aquarians. Aquarians, new moon in Gemini. This makes a trine to your energy. You are an air sign, Gemini is an air sign. So there's a really nice flow. What you guys both have in common, Geminis and Aquarians, is you both love the give and take. You both love the back and forth, the social aspect, the talking things through. One of my closest friends is an Aquarius, and we love talking things through, and she is so there for me. I hope you also have someone who is so there for you, beautiful Aquarius. This fifth house is such a beautiful placement for a new moon. Why? And in Gemini especially. Why? Because the fifth house is about play. It's about fun. It's experimentation, exploration. It's adventure. It's freedom, creative expression, children, laughter, lightness, delightness. It is also sometimes where we take risks, sometimes where we play the lottery. Now, I'm not saying gamble away money that you don't have to gamble, beautiful Aquarius, but there is sometimes some luck. Now, that's different for everyone. And I don't know how I got on this gambling topic, but this really is where we can have delightful surprises coming in. So there's a wind at your back with this energy. There's a grace, there's an ease, but sometimes when there's a trine, a new moon trine, we can be a little bit complacent, Aquarius. And when I tuned into spirit for your energy, I actually got the sense that some of you have felt a bit stagnant, and that surprised me. Some of you have felt stagnant. Some of you don't want to leave your comfort zone. You just don't want to leave it. You're happy where you are, except you're not really happy where you are. The message is ask tribe for help. Don't give up just because you feel stagnant. Don't say I feel stagnant and then just continue to be in that energy. Ask people for help. Experiment. Be willing to express your feelings to someone that you trust. Allow yourself to talk it through, because like Geminis, when you can voice what you feel, Aquarius, it can help you move the energy. Now, I know sometimes you don't know what you feel. You just know that you don't feel good. But another person can help you to clarify those feelings, or at least be a good sounding board for you, so it creates a sense of safety for your inner child. So, but overall, in the 5th house, this is a very light-filled kind of energy. And yes, the same things go that I spoke about earlier in the video, the aspects we're having, which I won't repeat here, but there are 2 uncomfortable aspects that I encourage you to watch the beginning of the video to learn about how to work with that energy and how to finesse it. But overall, this is really beautiful for creative expression. You could have a new beginning in terms of children in your life. You could have a new child come into your life. You could have a new beginning in terms of a creative project that you want to put out into the world. You could be getting a new dream about a romance or true love. I forgot to say that. This is true love and romance also. Some of you could start dating. Some of you could get online and start dating. Others of you could meet someone in person. Very social energy. Geminis want to find their soulmates. In the 5th house, you could be feeling that kind of desire for soulmate energy and wanting to find that. And Aquarians, for you, it could also be friendship and tribe, that you really want to find your new best friend, your new soul sister, your new soul brother. So a lot of different ways this could just be, I want an adventure. I want to go do something different. Take a soul date. If you don't know what you want, take a soul date. I talk about that in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes. I give you instructions and structure for that. But soul dates are a way that we can really renew the passion and the inspiration, especially for those of you who felt stagnant. So the cards. Beautiful Aquarius. Beautiful Aquarius. Let's pull a card for you now. Aquarius, Aquarius, your card is, 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. So 6th chakra is your intuition. It's your 3rd eye. It's where you're receiving downloads. And I love this synchronicity between this and Mercury, the mercurial energy of a Gemini new moon. Divine downloads, inspired information coming through. Metatron helps us get organized. It helps us to organize our thoughts. It helps us to receive intuitions. Metatron is really good for helping us to structure our lives around what matters most to us, what's most important to us. It helps us to download our divine guidance and then prioritize what we need to do most in order to reach our goals. So Aquarius, this is really beautiful support that's coming through for you, and I highly encourage you to call on Archangel Metatron for divine assistance, for helping you to bring whatever your heart wants most into reality. Okay, Capricorns. Hello, beautiful Capricorns. Beautiful Capricorn, you're having this Gemini new moon in your 6th house. Your 6th house is the daily ins and outs of life. It's your daily habits. It's your health. So everything that contributes to your health, your sleep, diet, nutrition, exercise, moving your body, anything that you do, breath work, yoga, weightlifting, anything that you do, makes me want to move my shoulders, anything that you do, beautiful Capricorn, to feel good, to manage your energy, getting Reiki, getting massage, all of those things, stretching, all of those things are 6th house matters. Your daily work. It's whatever you do, how you structure your life, how you structure your routines, your time schedule, whether you have a car or you don't have a car, how you get places, you know, how you manage your time, your energy, and your physical body, really. But it's also very tied to our work. So you could have a new idea or a new dream or fresh inspiration around any of these things. What is it that you want to do? For some of you, you may say, I need to cleanse my body. I need a detox. Others of you are like, I'm going to get strong. Others of you may say, I am going to start running, or I'm going to start doing yoga, or I'm going to start stretching. Others of you may say, I want to change my work. When I tuned into spirit, I got a sense of some of you really getting busier than you've been. You may feel very busy during this new moon. I felt that some of you are taking on new responsibilities. This could be new responsibilities at work. You could be getting a new job. You could be leaving a job and getting a job that has, that feels like more to you, more in some way, including receiving more money. I'm laughing because I just got an image of Disneyland and I have no idea why. Spirit, why are you giving me an image of Disneyland? Some of you, this is only going to be for a few of you, but I'm going to say it anyway. Some of you care for children, or you have a daycare business, or there's something where you're involved with children on a daily basis and you're doing fun things with them, like you're taking them to Disneyland. Others of you, maybe you just need a break, and going to Disneyland or doing something else that's amusing is going to lighten your load. So if you're working too hard during this new moon, if it feels too heavy, if it feels like too much responsibility, give yourself breaks. Go do fun things. It may not be Disneyland for all of you. I know many of you don't even live near a Disneyland, but it's about amusing yourself. It's about giving yourself something that lights you up, like lights up your inner child. That's really funny that I got that image. Okay. Spirit says that whatever you want to do that's new and different around work or health, great. Vitality, great. But make sure that it adds passion to your life. Don't just do it because you feel like you should do it. Now, I know you're like, of course. But it's amazing how often we can still end up adding responsibilities that are not really what we want to do, because on some level it feels like, it's coming from our conditioned self rather than a soul-inspired decision. So soul-inspired decisions are what are the focus right now. They're the ones that are going to give us the energy and feed our systems, really nourish us so that we can have the life that we want. Okay, so cards. Beautiful Capricorns. The energy for me is just moving slower today. It is because I am in a very warm apartment and I do not have the air that I need, and I'm going to be finding a fan very soon, or air conditioning unit very soon, that allows me to have the cool air that I need while I'm doing these videos for you guys. So I invite everyone to take a deep breath. And let's pull a card. Capricorn, your card is, very curious what this card is going to be for you. Ooh, okay, this card is called the Thinking Man. The Thinking Man. The Thinking Man is holding a crystal. The Thinking Man is seeing his future in this crystal. He's seeing his future life, visioning his future life while he looks into this crystal. He's a thinking man, which means that he is using his intellect, yes, but he's also using all of the information, knowledge that he's received over his lifetime. There's a wisdom about him. And he's receiving also the inspired information from the divine. That's coming in as well. And that's all because you can see with the crystal, it's not just coming from the intellect, it's also coming from this divine magician source of his. For some of you, this is also an omen of a man coming into your life that is sort of well-rounded and can offer you a lot. And this could be a spiritual teacher, this could be a guide, or this could be a future romantic partner. If you are a male receiving this, this is a validation of you as somebody who is both connected to the divine and also connected to your own wisdom, The thinking man is also very wise. So take this how it resonates for you, but this is a very validating card for your own wisdom, for the inspirations that you receive, for your ability to channel knowledge and guidance, and to use that information that you receive during this new moon in a way that will guide you forward. Okay, Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you're having this new moon in Gemini in your 7th house of committed partnerships. This is all committed relationships where you have someone's back, they have your back. This can be clients, this can be significant others, whether they are spouses or companions, best friends, close people in your family. This is really about, is there an unspoken or spoken agreement that we will work toward a common goal together, that we both have each other's best interests at heart. This is not a casual relationship. This is a committed relationship. This is where you're having a new beginning. This is where you're seeding a new dream. For some of you, that means that you want to move a relationship from a more casual level to a more committed level, where you are putting a ring on it, as they say. For others of you, you are seeding, envisioning a new dream where you call this person into your life, or where you call a new client into your life, a new business partner. This is partnerships of all kinds, or where you have a healing perhaps with someone in your life that you're already in relationship with. Or you could be wanting to improve a relationship with an adult child. But this is where you're inspired. This is where you're receiving inspired information, where you're asking spirit for help. You are thinking very much where your focus is during this Gemini moon. It's on committed relationships for you. Also, because of the aspects I spoke about in the introduction to this video, you're also doing a letting go. You're also perhaps letting go of a partnership where you had rose-colored glasses, where you didn't see a truth, and now you see it. Now you realize this isn't the best relationship for you. That's also possible. You are getting more wise about what you need in relationship, what will sustain you, what will inspire you, what's best for you. Okay, Sagittarius. So your message from Spirit is that this new moon is going to energize you. It's going to inspire you. You are ready to move forward. You are up to a challenge. If there's a challenge presented to you during this new moon, you are up for the challenge, Sag. This new moon in Gemini, it opposes your sign. Opposing means that sometimes we get a message from the universe, so to speak, through another person or through a situation. It can feel like someone is opposing us at times. It can feel like someone doesn't have our back, or that they are not supporting us. Not always, but sometimes it comes through that way. You actually have a lot in common, Sag, with Geminis. Geminis and Sagittarius have a lot in common. There are a lot of things that you both want. So we don't always feel unsupported with a Sag-Gemini opposition, but we can approach things in a different way at times. So you may feel like someone in your life that matters to you, with whom you are committed, they're approaching it from an angle that doesn't quite jive with the way you want to approach it. That's very possible. And so you work that out. We have this beautiful aspect that I talked about at length in the introduction to this video, this beautiful Mercury-Venus aspect that's going to help us to work out any kinks that we have during this new moon. Okay, so Sag, let's see what the cards have to say for you for the Gemini new moon, Sagittarius. Sag, your card is Strategy. Check this out. So this is a journal and there's a pen. And I feel like what this card is saying, to risk speaking about the obvious, is saying you need a strategy. Whatever you're going to be working with during this new moon, a strategy would be helpful. And it's interesting because one of the aspects I spoke about in the introduction was a quincunx from the new moon, from Pluto to the new moon, a quincunx. And that can feel where there's an awkwardness, where we don't have the same interests in mind that the other person, or in the situation that we're involved in. We have differing interests. There can be an awkwardness. So it may be for you that this card is relating to that there is a situation that comes up for you where you're going to realize, I need a strategy. In Pluto energy, a strategy is often helpful. We want to use our thinking minds, we want to use our wisdom, but we also want to be truthful because we want to receive the truth. And most importantly, we need to be fiercely honest with ourselves, radically honest with ourselves, and hopefully with others as well. So we can see where we are a match to someone's energy or not a match. If we're not a match, then we want to do the things that we need to do to take the best care of ourselves and them if possible, and then extricate ourselves from the situation. So journaling, this card is suggesting that you do some journaling, that you maybe move your emotions and your feelings out onto the page, release any anger if there's anger there, release any emotions that are in the way of you coming up with the right, getting clarity, coming up with the right solution. And once you get all that out onto the page, it will help you to know exactly what is your best strategy. Beautiful, Sag. Okay, and leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. I'd love to hear. Okay, Scorpios, beautiful Scorpios. You guys are having this new moon in Gemini in your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of transformation. This is death and rebirth. This is where we go from being the caterpillar in the chrysalis to the butterfly. It's where we rise from the ashes as the phoenix. It's where we are going, or we're becoming new again. We are rebirthing. It also is a financial house. It has to do with resources that we share with our partners, business partners or romantic partners. It's also where we have investments, so where we're receiving interest or we're paying interest on loans, and where we are potentially receiving an inheritance. So it's both a relationship and a money house, and it also has to do with the relationship with ourselves in terms of transformation. Often we are transformed in an 8th house transit through dealing with what's going on with our relationships. Other people in our lives catalyze us into a new awakening, into a new self. We shed a skin. We release an ego self. It can be that deep. And Scorpio, you know all about this because you rule the 8th house. So this is a very comfortable place for you to be, the 8th house. Very comfortable for you. However, with the Gemini new moon, sometimes you can feel a discomfort because Gemini and Scorpio energy can this can often be somewhat of an awkwardness, okay? When I tuned into your energy, I got the sense that some of you are tired. Some of you just want ease. You're kind of over it. You don't want to put any inner work in right now. You're just tired of doing all the deep diving inner work that you've done. We just had eclipse season. We had an eclipse in your sign that could have taken a lot out of you. So take the time to heal if you need time to heal. Treat yourself like the precious being that you are, Scorpio. Don't force anything. If there's something you have to do immediately, you will know if there is, if you need to take action immediately. But I feel that if you don't give yourself some space to recover, if that's what you need, or to rejuvenate, then whatever it is that you say yes to, unless you're really inspired, of course, if you're passionate and inspired, beautiful. Not all Scorpios are feeling tired right now, but for those of you who are, you want your passion to move you forward. You want to be pulled by passion rather than pushed by pain. And that's a quote from Michael Bernard Beckwith saying, you know, we can either be pushed by pain or pulled by a passion. So I want you to be pulled by a passion if at all possible. And if you feel like you're being pushed into something, then your inner child may go on strike. And if your inner child goes on strike, you won't have the energy to go for that thing anyway. So let's see what the cards have to say, Scorpio. You are going through a transformation if you haven't already moved through that. And you may be just ready to come out like the butterfly. You may just be ready to be the eagle flying above your life and seeing your life with new eyes and new perceptions. You may just be coming into a new sense of freedom for yourself. Let's see what the cards have to say. Your card is the Angel of Strength. This is a Leo card, and as I spoke about in the introduction to the video, one of the aspects is Mercury in Gemini making a sextile, which is positive energy flow. It's a solution. It's a new opportunity. Mercury in Gemini is sextiling Venus now in Leo. Venus in Leo during this new moon. And it's direct. It hasn't gone retrograde yet when we have this new moon. So here is this Venus in Leo new moon energy. I love this so much. There's the lion. There's strength. This is the strength card, and the tarot strength is the Leo card. And infused in the strength is a lust for life, is a passion for life. So this is really going back to what I said earlier about let your passion lead. Your passion, your courage, your innate courage, Scorpio, will give you the strength to stand in your power. And this Gemini new moon in some ways is very much about personal power. We are harnessing, gathering our personal power to create material success in our lives, whatever that means for you. So there's a passion that is within you. Maybe it's kind of sitting there in your solar plexus ready to be ignited, but have the strength to tap into that passion, to stay with your soul. Listen to your soul. Let your soul speak to you. Let the angel of strength speak to you if you feel like you need strength to move forward. Beautiful Scorpio. The angel of strength is here for you. Okay, Libras. Hello, beautiful Libras. Libra, you're having this new moon in Gemini in your 9th house. Now, your 9th house is the house of adventure, new horizons, spirituality, spiritual beliefs. The 9th house is also higher learning. It's long distance travel. It's expansion. The key word is expansion, Libra. It's where you're expanding your perceptions. You're seeing with new eyes. You're seeing, I'm laughing at myself. You're seeing with new eyes. You're seeing your life, yourself, your situation with brand new eyes. This is the invitation for you. It's your invitation. You are being invited to step back, to fly above your life, to go to the top of the mountain and look down and see something you didn't see before this. Some of you on a very literal level will be seeding a new dream to go back to school, to do some higher learning, to get a master's or PhD or qualify for some vocation, for example. Others of you are really having a shift in your spirituality and your spiritual beliefs. Something could be really turning you on, something like astrology or expressive arts therapy or Reiki, something that has some of you could be meeting a guru. Some of you could be meeting a new spiritual teacher. There is something that is inspiring you. This is really the house of spiritual inspiration. It's ruled by Jupiter. Something that's inspiring you and giving you a new lease on life, Libra. So that's really beautiful. Now, because you're an air sign and Gemini is an air sign, this new moon makes a trines your energy. It trines your energy. This is ease. This is the wind at your back. There's a grace about this. Sometimes it can just come and go because you're not challenged by anything. When we have a square or an opposition, we feel challenged. We feel tension. We have to take action. You may not feel that. But hopefully you will consciously work with this new moon so that you can receive the inspiration that you want. This is also an awakening. Some of you will have a spiritual awakening during this new moon. When I tuned into your energy, and also between you and your energy, Libra, and Gemini's energy, there's a commonality of connection. You both really value connection. You both really value the back and forth, the give and take. You know that when you have each other's backs, I'm just talking about in general Libras and Geminis, they're both aware of the value of someone having your back and you having someone else's back and how important that is. You really value that connection. So you should see more of that. You should experience more of that during this new moon. And that's also really good news. When I tuned into your energy for this new moon, I got a warmth in my heart. I felt a warmth in my heart. I also felt that some of you are really ready for an adventure, and you could use an adventure. Some of you really need a new adventure to give yourself a trip, traveling, going to new places you haven't been, a change of scenery. Some of you really could use a change of scenery. Some of you will have a spiritual awakening. Some of you will do something that shifts your perception, and it's going to be very liberating for you, very freeing, Libra. It's going to allow you to really have a new lease on life. Okay, so I will shuffle a couple more times for you guys. And then we will pull a card. What is all this beautiful air energy doing for your beautiful air energy? Gorgeous Libra. Taking a breath. Libra. What is it doing for you? The card says it is opening your, oh my gosh. Remember I said a moment ago that I got a warmth in my heart? Well, look at the card. It's the 4th chakra. This is the heart chakra. I love it when this happens. Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is the healer, the physical healer. So for those of you who have a broken heart or have had a broken heart, for those of you who are recovering from heart surgery or for anything to do with your heart, or you have someone in your life perhaps that has had a broken heart or has gone through a physical heart issue, there's a lot of healing here for you. I love the colors in this card. I love all the fuchsia in his hair. That is connecting you to divine downloads, divine energy, and so much emerald green, which is healing. Some of you might want to imagine that you have a green crystal on your heart and that you are sending energy back and forth between your green crystal heart energy to anyone that you feel like you want to heal with. Beautiful, beautiful exercise. I did this years and years and years ago when I was first on my spiritual path. And I was going through a difficult time with my former spouse. I would imagine that I was sending light, I was channeling light, bringing it into my body, and then sending that light out between my heart crystal and his heart crystal. And it really helped me a lot. Anyway, I don't know how much it helped him, but it helped me a lot. So that's something that came to me that I wanted to share with you. But overall, what's happening for you during this new moon, for some of you, is you're having a heart healing. And that is going to uplift you on all levels and help you to have that sparkly manifestational Gemini enthusiastic joy that's going to move you powerfully forward. Beautiful Libra. Okay, Virgos. Hello, beautiful Virgos. Virgos, you are having the new moon in Gemini in your 10th house of career, life purpose, legacy, retirement. It's where you seek meaning and fulfillment, where you're deciding how you want to spend your one wild and precious life. As Mary Oliver says it so beautifully, how do you want to spend your time? This is the house of vocation. It's not necessarily our daily work, although it can be our daily work. Our daily work is the 6th house. Our vocation, our passionate work. For some of you, that's a passionate business that you want to have that maybe has not been built yet. That is the 10th house. The 10th house, this is where you're having this new moon. Now, Virgo energy makes a square to your energy. What I meant was, now Gemini energy makes a square to your energy, Virgo. And squares can be tension and pressure, and they can be motivation. They really motivate us to take action. So some of you may need some motivation to make a change in your career, to seed a new dream or a new beginning or a new vision in your career. Some of you will be leaving a career. Some of you are finally going to start that business that you've been wanting to start for some time now. Others of you may have said, I will do this when I have more money, or I will do this once my kids are off to school, or I will do this once I change relationships, whatever it is. Some of you may have had what we call excuses, reasons that you didn't feel like you could have this. But now with this Gemini new moon, there's a new resolve that's bubbling up inside of all of us, a new sense of yes that's coming through. that could really move you forward, Virgo. Remember that both you and Gemini, you're both ruled by Mercury. Mercury is divine downloads. Mercury is the details, what you need to do to make something happen, the small points, the saying yes, the starting step by step, the tiny baby steps as we call them. So you have a chance to receive this during this new moon, to really receive what we would call your marching orders, or just that first step, Virgo. And when I tuned into your energy for a message from Spirit, I got an image of you. Well, it wasn't you necessarily, but it was somebody with a broom, a push broom, okay? It was like a party had just happened and the cleanup crew was in. The janitor was there sweeping up after the party. So how does that resonate for you? I would love to hear. The sense that I got was that you just had, with the Sagittarius full moon, you may have had some sort of ending, some sort of aha moment, some sort of epiphany, something that you let go of, something that you said, okay, I'm done with this. It could have just been a way of thinking. It could have been a dynamic, a relationship dynamic. It could have been a pattern that you've had that you're cleaning up. I felt like there's a cleanup happening here. And with that cleanup, then the new inspiration can come through. So I felt like with this broom image, there's a cleanup going on, Virgo, and that's creating new space for the new thing that you want, because it's going to give you new energy and new resolve to go after something that you haven't had the energy for, or the motivation for, or the passion for up until now. So let's shuffle the cards for you and see what the cards have to say. But overall, this is your legacy that you're leaving, or your life purpose. Some of you are asking about life purpose. You really want to know. You're really ready to do something that feels in alignment with your purpose. And with this Gemini new moon, you could be getting clarity about it, or you could be deciding, yes, I'm finally starting this. I'm finally going for this. Okay, Virgos, let's see what the cards have to say for you. Virgo, your card is, okay, this is a really interesting card. Now, when I first show it to you, give me a moment to explain it, because it's not really the most pleasant looking card. It's called hostilities. There may be, for some of you, and this may be just some of you, you may feel like you're getting pushed back from someone. You may be, there is a square energy here. You may be that there's a roadblock. Either there's a part of you inside of you that is hostile to an idea that you want, that another part of you wants, or you're receiving some hostile or aggressive behavior from other people. You have some naysayers, some haters, as we call them. If that rings a bell for you, Virgo, it's saying stand your ground, stay true to you, set boundaries. This is really a card about boundary setting. This is saying do not roll over, don't be a doormat, don't just turn the other cheek. Your own inner child needs to know that you will protect them. You will take care of them. So put your arms around your inner child. If anything is coming from the outside or from an inner part of you that is not supportive, if there's anything not supportive coming at you or from within you, this is the time to clear that by setting a clear boundary within yourself. And what's coming to me is an example of where you use your energy in a way that increases your vitality. So for example, if you have emails at night and you know these emails may be difficult ones, they may challenge you in some way, or they may bring your energy down, or they may make it hard for you to sleep, then you make a choice to only read those emails the next day. That's an example of a boundary. Like, I will do this now, I will not do this now. I will talk to this person now, that person I will talk to later. Because you can feel energetically what is best for you, what is best for your energy. So ultimately, this card is saying, do what's best for you, Virgo, for your passion, for your heart, for your energy. And anyone that doesn't have your best interest at heart, set a clear boundary, block them, cut ties to them if you need to, say sayonara if you need to, because your Your power. It's time to reclaim your power. Take back your power and say yes to you, beautiful Virgo. Okay, Leos. Hello, beautiful Leos. You're about to have Venus going into your sign. I have a separate video for you, by the way, on Venus in Leo and the Venus retrograde in Leo that some of you might want to watch if you haven't already. But this Gemini new moon is happening for you, Leo, in your 11th house of friendships, social media, groups, associations. This is networking online. This is also our broader community. It's like where we go to a meetup gathering, or we go to a party, where we do anything where we're going to meet new people, or we're going to meet existing tribe. This is the house of tribe. This is the world card. It's also hopes, wishes, and dreams, and long-term gains. So it's a money house. It's a dream, as in like real world dream house, which is what this new moon is very much about. This is a beautiful placement of a new moon in Gemini. This is telling me you're going to get a lot of support for whatever it is your heart desires during this new moon and the weeks following it. You're going to get a lot of support. So take advantage of that, Leo. Get out and about. Do not just stay home. Yes, you could get support online, and that's great. So do that too. And your social media may really light up. You may have a lot of back and forth over your social media during this new moon. But this really is about you expanding your tribe, finding tribe, being with people that are really have your back and whose backs you really have. There's a sextile from this new moon in Gemini to your energy, Leo, and that sextile energy is solutions to problems that you didn't see solutions to before. It's new opportunities. So there's a lot of light here. There's a lot of excitement and bubbling energy. I feel a lot of bubbliness. When I tuned into your energy asking for a message from Spirit, Leo, I got a feeling of you guys being jazzed. You're really jazzed up. You're feeling really good. Venus being in your sign and Venus making a really nice aspect to Mercury during this full moon, as I spoke about earlier in the video. It's happening at 11 degrees, where Venus will be at 11, Mercury will be at 11, and that is inspired downloads. So you guys have a direct line to the divine to receive an inspired download on moving forward, and this could be really invigorating for you. This could be like, oh my God, I'm so inspired. I just got this idea and I'm going for it. I'm so excited. So I've been shuffling the cards, Leo. We'll shuffle another time or two here for you. And then let's pull a card and see what the cards have to say for beautiful Leos. Leo. Leos, your card is your fire, and Gemini's air. That's ignited. That's the fire lit in your belly. Love this card. Love, 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 love. Healer of the ages. What do you see in this card, Leo? This card reminds me of Jesus, but this is any healer. This is any light-filled healer. Healer of the ages. So this is validating your healing ability. This is also saying you have all the divine guidance at your disposal that you need. You have access to the healer of the ages for guidance, for direction. You are not doing this alone. You are not alone. You're co-creating with the divine. Call on the healer of the ages. See yourself as the spirit of pure love, light and powerful manifestation. The power that you have to manifest. Right here in this card, you know, we say that Jesus was the great example, right? Example of you can do this too. You have the access to this energy, allowing it to move through you and flow through you and turn you into the magician that you are, beautiful Leo. You also can be the healer of the ages. That's a validation for some of you who want to do spiritually based businesses, for those of you who want to be in healing professions, for example, or do astrology or anything that in which you are connected to the mystical realms. So you are an alchemist, you are a magician. Go for it, Leo. The world is your oyster. Okay, Cancers. Hello, beautiful Cancer family. I have my rising sign. My rising and my moon are both in Cancer, double Cancer here. So we are having this new moon in Gemini in our 12th house, This is the house of our mystical connection. This is the ethereal world. It is also where our subconscious mind does its ruminating and thinking. It's where we can clear out our subconscious mind, where we can rewire it. We see this as the house of retreat, the house of rejuvenation, where we often need more rest. And because this new moon in Gemini is making an aspect, Neptune is making an aspect to the new moon, you may need more rest. And because you're having it in your 12th house, you definitely could feel more tired. Could also have a tendency to want to escape, to go into fantasy. Fantasies are really beautiful if they're healing fantasies, right? If it's where we are allowing our imagination to take us on a healing journey. And I have videos for you on that on my YouTube channel, guided meditations that can really activate your imagination and allow it to nourish you, beautiful Cancer. I will link to that meditation playlist in the description box below. I feel like you may be really inspired from any downloads that you get during this time. I feel like you may have really powerful dreams. You might get a lot of inspiration and healing in your dreams through this new moon period. And just give yourself the self-care that you need. Give yourself the tender, loving care that you need. Gemini is your neighbor. Gemini is your sign, the sign next to you. It's your next door neighbor. And we learn a lot from our next door sign. So you may learn something new, something that shifts your perception during this Gemini new moon as well, Cancer. Your message from Spirit is to speak up for yourself. And it's funny that my throat is starting to close up a little bit. 1 second. Stand your ground. Spirit says stand your ground. Let your needs be known. If you're in a situation of discomfort, which I spoke about in the aspects portion of this video, the aspects that are happening to this new moon, if you are in a position where you feel some discomfort, disappointment, or a truth comes to light for you that it's hard for you to reckon with, let your needs be known. Stand up for yourself. Do not just say, oh, this looks like another loss. It may be that you can use the beautiful Mercury energy, the Mercury-Venus energy we also have going during this new moon. You can use that to your advantage. You can use that to find a solution with the other person or other people that are involved, Cancer. So don't decide just because you have to move through some discomfort, possibly for some of you, not all of you. Don't decide that means that all is lost. It may be that it's just a process that you're working through during this new moon. Put yourself first, stay true to yourself, stand your ground. Now, let me pull a card for you. Shuffle a time or two more, and then we'll pull a card for you, beautiful Cancers. Cancer. And your card is financial constraints. Okay. It's funny because I wrote a post about this recently. Some of you may be feeling financial constraints. This is not all of you, but if you are, the gist of this card is that there are ebbs and flows in life in terms of finances or abundance. Think of this as abundance constraints, okay? Let's broaden this to abundance constraints. Is there something that you feel is missing in your life? Is there something, Cancer, that you feel like is not in flow? If that's the case, what this card is saying is that it's time to work on an abundance mindset. And I don't mean to, that word work can feel like, so heavy and burdensome. To me, it's more like a realization that for most of us, if you're watching this video, probably most of your needs in this very moment, this present moment, your needs are met. And that can be helpful just to say, in this moment, if I'm watching this video, I'm probably not in a state of emergency or urgency. I'm probably fairly comfortable. However, my mind may be full of worry or angst or fear. And that's what this card is saying. Work with those worries and fears. Sit with them. Feel the feelings in your body. Let them move through you. And then return to the truth, because there's a truth underlying this card, which is that your abundance is within you, that abundance is a state of mind. Abundance is a state of mind, and that at any moment we can receive something that we're lacking. In any moment we can receive it once our abundance, our perception shifts. So return to what you are, what is in your life, what is in abundance in your life, whether it's my heart is beating with no effort on my part. I can move my toes. I have food in my refrigerator. I have somebody that I love that I can tune into and feel their love or send my love to them. You get the idea. The very, very basic things. I have a bed to sleep on. There's a flower that I can walk out my door and go look at and take in its beauty, that kind of thing. Returning to the simple truth that you are abundant by nature because you are connected to the all that is unconditionally abundant and loving. So I hope that helps, beautiful Cancer, if that's the place you are in. I know you're not all feeling financial constraints, but we are in a time right now where we have less certainty than we've ever had before, and that is because we are growing in our self-reliance. We're growing in our perception to see the truth that we are creating our own reality, that our gifts, our talents, our inner resources are our abundance, and they are what are creating our outer abundance. So you may also, if some of you resonate with that card, you may also want to go to that post that I left on the community page and read that article as well. But overall, beautiful Cancers, the message for you is stand your ground, stand up for yourself if needed, voice your own needs, because when you voice your needs, you're much more likely to get them met. Give yourself the rest and TLC that you need, and call a friend or a coach or astrologer like myself if you need support. My beautiful friend, if you would like a personal astrology consultation based on your unique natal chart, the planets and points that are in your chart, as well as how the current sky and the sky through this year of 2023, how the planets and transits are affecting you and how you can use them to your best advantage for your empowerment moving forward, making decisions. If you would like that personal support, I would love to do an astrology consultation with you. I offer Heart's Desires consultations, life purpose, and natal chart readings as well. Not only do I share with you your gifts, your talents, your strengths, your potentials, and the areas of life of most concern to you, what's going on with those, but we also look at the current transits. How are they affecting you? How you can best work with them. Even the most difficult transits, the challenges that you're facing right now. What does your chart and the current sky have to say about the challenges you're facing? And when will that period end? And what does the future hold for you? What future transits are happening this year that are also powerfully moving you forward? So go to my website, it's linked below. Check out the testimonials that other astrology clients have written about their sessions. I can also help you through coaching sessions. I offer clarity sessions if you would like clarity on something in your life. If you're trying to make a decision or you're moving through something very difficult, I would love to support you either through a clarity session or through Soul Alchemy Coaching, which is deep dive transformational coaching for those of you who really want to have a breakthrough. So if you would like that kind of support, the link to my coaching page is in the description box below as well. Thank you for your time, presence, and energy. It's been so much fun to share this time with you. Thank you for your likes, for your thumbs ups, for your comments. I love connecting with you. I also appreciate when you share this video with others, and for your subscribes. Your subscribes mean the world to me, because when you give this video a like, when you leave me a comment, when you subscribe to my channel, you send a message to the algorithm to put this video out to more people who love astrology, and it really helps my channel grow. So thank you so much for your support. As promised, I have a free gift for you. This is a soothing guided meditation. It will connect you with your spiritual guides, with your inner wisdom. For those of you who want more guidance right now, who want to connect with unconditional divine love, go to my website, subscribe to my inspirational updates, and you will get a free instant download of my guided meditation, Reconnecting with Your Spirit. So until my next video, my friend, I'm sending you all my love.